Hello everyone. This is your first day of the new system of the class. So I will explain a little bit of the 3 month our plan. So already I have discussed this part at the class also. The task one is we are going to do the third term. This is by me. It is 1 hour at the class time. We will provide the video before the class. Today, I will provide the lesson and the video. Then you have to go through the video. The video is not a deeply explained one because we are doing the class time also, the theory part. But before you come to the class, you should have to go through this video and you have to build a small note before come to the class. You want to figure out what are the questions in the video, and then you have to write down those questions and you have to come to the class with the small note. The video will be less than 30 minutes. It will not get more time. Then after you arrive to the class, there will be a 5 or 10 questionnaire, the class time. It is related to the video. Most of the questions will be provided by using video. It will be same as the questions will be same as the video session. Okay. Then the task 2 at the class time, the second term revision by Sasan sir. It is class time. He will not do the theory parts. He will do the revision with the master guide. Second term book will be covered. Okay. So that's mean the master guide book should be with you. If you do not have the time to get the master guide in 7 days, definitely you should have to bring at least photocopy, or otherwise you want to find the photos of the questions and write on your book and come. Okay. The task 3, the first term quiz, it will be online, mostly weekends. I will give the 7 days. After 7 days, I will check whether you have done done this quiz. The quiz will be automated by Google Form. You already done the Google Form. If you do not understand that Google Form, how to work with the Google Form, I will explain with the quiz video. And the discussion video will be provided after the quiz. There will be a discussion video. You should have to write all the questions in the quiz on your book. You can maintain a separate book for that one. Now you can see within 3 months, we are going to cover third term as well as your second term as well as your first term. So if you go through this concept, most probably you can, no, it's definitely you can get more than 75 marks. Most probably you can reach more than 80%. Okay, though what is our session in this, the first session? This is the second term first lesson. We are going to talk about the ratio. I think you remember about the ratio. Before we are going to talk about the ratio, ratio is the relations between some quantities. So I will explain a little bit of the ratio later on. Before that, you want to know how to read this. I think you have done in the grade 6. If you have a 3 and 5 like that, these are called the terms of the ratio. Keep in your mind, terms of a ratio. There are two terms, 3 and 5 are the terms. How do you read these terms? 2 to 3. This is we read 2 to 3. This one we read 3 to 5. 3 to 5. Or you can see how to read this one. 2 is to 3. So you can say 3 is to 5, like that. So first ability, the first task, you want to practice how to read the ratio. Okay. Second one, you want to know what are the terms of the ratio. So what do you mean by the ratio? If you are going to make a fruit juice, then you can see we are going to put 2 bottles of the fruit juice and 3 bottles of the water. Okay. So now you can see 2 bottles. We can write 2. This is fruit juice to water ratio is 3. So if you want to take the bucket, now how many buckets you should have to take? You have to take 2 buckets of the fruit juice and 3 buckets of the water, like that. If you know the ratio 2 to 3, that's mean you can use 2 spoon and 3 spoon of the water. Okay. Then what are the total parts including in this case? It will be a 5 parts. How I get the 5 parts? You can see 2 plus 3 equal 5. Total parts of this ratio is 5. Now, if I tell what is the total part of this one, that is very important case. How do you find the total parts including this one? 3 plus 5, it is 8 parts included. Okay. Now, next concept. Now you know what is the ratio, how to read it, and what do you mean by the ratio. Now we are going to talk about the uh, equivalent ratio. So how do you explain the equivalent ratio? Now, if you are going to build a concrete mixture, you can use 1 cement, 3 sands, and granite 4. So it is 1, 2, 3, 2, 4. Now, what do you mean by the equivalent? If you want to 2 cement, so how do you convert this one? This should be 6. Okay. The 4, it becomes 8. What happened? You multiply all the terms. I told you these are called the terms of the ratio. You want to multiply all the terms by 2. Like that, how do you get equivalent ratio? Multiply or dividing all terms in the ratio by same number. Multiply or dividing all terms. All terms should be all terms. If you want to multiply 5, you want to multiply this by 5, 2 into 5, and 3 into 5. What's the answer? 2 to 5 is 10. 3 into 5 is 15, like that. If you want to multiply 1000, you can multiply by 1000, 2 into 1000, 1000, and 3 into 1000. What's the equivalent ratio for this one? 2000 to 3000. 2000 to 3000, like that. You can multiply by any value. 3, yes, possible. 2 into 3 and 3 into 3. Both should be same number. You want to multiply both value should be same number. You can see that these are called equivalent ratio for 2 to 3. For 2 to 3, you can write 10 to 15. 10 to 15, I think you remember equivalent fraction like that. 2 to 3, you can write 2000 to 3000. 2000 to 3000. Then you multiply, you get 6 and 9. This is also equivalent ratio. That's means for this ratio, you can represent this or any ratio equal to this one. So how do you get the equivalent ratio? You have to multiply all the terms by same number or divide. So we will check how to get the equivalent ratio by dividing. Both can be divided by 2. Yes. 24 divided by 2 and 12 divided by 2. 24 divided by 2 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. This is equivalent ratio for 22 to 12 and 12 to 6. You can see that. This is divided by 2 as well as this one also divided by 2. You can divide 6 also. Then 24 divided by 6 is 4. 12 divided by 6, 24 divided by 6. You can see it's 4. 12 divided by 6, it's 2. So what is the simplest form of this one? You want to divide the highest common factor. So what is the number which can be divided both? The large number you want to figure out now, it's divided by 2. It is possible to 6. It is possible to 3, 4, like that. So, but the large one is you can divide both by 12. Then 24 divided by 12 and 12 divided by 12. 24 divided by 12 is 2. 12 divided by 12 is 1. I think you get the idea about the simplest form. There's another term you want to write down. You can pause the video. If it is fast, you can slow down. You can change the speed of the video. Then you write the note. What do you mean by the simplest form? How do you get the equivalent ratio? So I told you both can be divided, both terms. What I mean by the terms are what are the numbers in the ratio, that is called the terms. All the terms you want to divide by same number. So if you want to divide by 2, both should be divided by 2. If it is 3 terms ratio, as example 4 to 6 to 10, so 3 terms ratio. So how do you get equivalent ratio? By dividing 2, I can get equivalent ratio. So 2 3, 5. As well as this is called the simplest form because I can't divide furthermore. I can't divide furthermore all 3 terms of the ratio. So, okay, now I think you remember what I'll start from the beginning. First one, we talk about the ratio, how to read that one. You have the ability to read the ratio before you come to this class. So you have to refer, you can use internet, you can use YouTube, and how to find the equivalent ratio for the given one. What is the meaning of the ratio? So if you do not get this idea, you can go through the video again and again. So try to figure out what are the keywords, how to get the equivalent ratio. It's very easy concept. Multiply both terms. Where is the both terms? These 2 terms by same number. So 5, 5 like that. Then I will shift to the next part. You can do yourself. Before you do this question, you have to pause the video and try to do. Then after I will explain it. Okay, so here I think you have done this one. Multiply 3 by 2, then this also multiply by 2, you get 4 here. So if your answer is correct, you can put 1 mark. 10, how becomes 100? Multiply by 10, sorry. Then you multiply this by also 10, and it comes 30. Another 1 mark. 6, 2. That's mean division, no? It's divide by 2. Then 12 also divide by 2. It's 6, 6 to 2. Then 5 becomes 7. It's impossible. Before that, you have, this is a little bit tricky question. Sometimes it will be your exam. Both you have to write in the simplest. You can divide 5 both sides. It becomes 1 to 5. This is equivalent ratio. Now you can write multiply by 7. This also multiply by 7. This is a little bit tricky one. 5 into 7 is 30, 35. This is the proper answer. If your answer is correct, you put 2 marks. And you can get how much out of 5? Because this is 1 mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So when your test comes in the classroom, I will give this type of questions. Maybe sometimes same questions come your test because I just want to realize whether you go through the videos. Okay. When the terms of the ratios are whole number, they write the ratio in the simplest form. Okay. Check whether the terms have the common factors. If your terms have the common factors, then divide each terms by ratio highest common factor of the terms. So I'm going to teach you a little bit advanced part of in here. Now, simplest form meaning the terms of the ratios are whole numbers to write the ratio in its simplest form. Now, if it is whole number, look at this one, 24 to 10 like that. Now you can see both can be divided by 2. That's a large one. You can divide. If I put 12, so both can be divided by 2, both can be divided by 6, both can be divided by 4, both can be divided by 3, both can be divided by 12 like that. So as a large part, you can divide both 12. So when you divide both terms by 12, get 2 to 1. This is the format. This format we are calling simplest form of the 24 to 12. Now, I told you if they ask to write this is as a simplest form, if you have a fractional type 1 over 5 to 3 or something, then you will be the confused. Okay, you can see this is not a whole number, this is fraction, it's possible. This is fraction, this is a whole number. This is a little bit advanced, but I'm going to explain because if you want to be a smart, you want to learn this type of questions also. Then how do you do that? You have to multiply the down value. You get the down value and you multiply both sides by this down value. So then can be cancelled out. 1 to 50. This is the simplest form of this one. So if you have a fractional part or decimal part, you have to convert it to the whole number. So now you have to find out by using internet or something how to convert the decimal ones. Okay, as example, if I have a 0.1 to 1, then how do you write it as a simplest form? This is decimal 1, this is whole value. So how do you do that? That is up to you. I don't explain it. You can find and come to the class. before you come how to convert this is as a whole number values. This is an example. The ingredients for the cake are 1 kilogram, then 500 sugar and 500 margarine. So how do you write this one as a ratio? Before you write the ratio, all should be same unit, or should be same unit. Now kilogram, gram, you can't write as a ratio 1 to 500 to 500. It is incorrect. Please pay attention properly for this one. It should be same unit. If you are going with the seconds, all should be seconds. If you are going with the hours, all should be hours. If you are going with the minutes, all should be minutes. Like that, all should be same units before you write. So 1 kilogram, you can write 1000 grams. Okay, 1500 grams and 500 grams. So how I do this one? 1000 to 500 to 500. Now, to divide all by 500, you have to write in the simplest form now. Divide by all 500, 2 to 1 to 1. Okay, so if you have some statement problem in the examples, go with your textbook example, try yourself before you come to the class, because you are going to face for the little short question exam before the explain the lesson. I'm going to check your knowledge, whether you get the video, whether you go through the video. Most of questions comes with this video. The questions will not be new concept. I don't give new concept, so that you have to go through several times. So otherwise, I will give the small punishment. The punishment will not be the physical. I will give the small punishment if you are not go through the videos. Okay. Now we are going to the important part of the lesson. This is very important part. It is related to your grade 7. So you have, if you are tired, you want to go rest and pause the video, and then you can, otherwise you can use, you don't want to the go through this video same time. You can stop the video and next day you can refer. Okay. So you have to write those questions on your books and try your best. Okay, students, here I told you this is the very important part of the session. We are going to divide the given quantity in the ratio. So I'm going to explain what is in the textbook exercises and some parts of the examples. So at the classroom, I also again explain those things. That mean not these things. I will give the questions as exam. That mean a test. I will check whether you are go through this week. Okay. Then after at the class, you want to do the exercises. Then after I will explain again if you have any doubts. So that pay attention, this is not the difficult things. If you are going to build a cement mixer, that means the concrete mixture, then cement, sand and granite. And you write that one. You want to learn about the cement, there will be a sand as well as granite. Granite, 3 items. The ratio is 1 to 3 to 4. Okay. Now the quantity of the cement, sand, granite in this one is 16 cubic meters of the concrete. Okay. Now they are asking what is the quantity. The total cubes are given. Total given. Okay. Then you know what is the total of that. So they are asking separately find what are the cement, what is the quantity of the cement, what is the quantity of the granite, what is the quantity of the sand, like that. Okay. Now you know it will be what we call that the cement, sand and granite. Any amount, if you take one part of this one, so you can use bucket, so you can use wheelbarrow, like that. So if you get one cement, it should be 3 sand and 4 granite. Then what is the total parts? You want to write first total parts. Total parts are 1 plus 3 plus 4. Write this one first. You know total parts. Number of total parts are 8. 8 parts. Okay. Now they are going to equalize 8 parts equal how much? 16 cubic meters. 8 parts. Then how do you find one part? All the time you are going for the unitary methods. You find total parts first. Keep in your mind. Total parts. It's easy. You add this all. You know totally this much is there. Then you find one part. If 8 is 16, how much one part? One part, how do you do? 16, you have to divide by 8. Then it gets 2 cubic meters. It's very easy. 2 cubic meters. Then how much cement? It's one part. We can directly write. The cement, it is one part. Within brackets, I can write. Then I write it's 2 cubic meters. Then sand, how much? Sand is 3 parts. If you know one part is 2, how do you find 3 parts? You multiply by 3. One part is 3 cubic meters. Then 3 parts, you multiply this. Sorry, one part is 2. You already found it. One part is 2. One part is 2. If you want 3 parts, you multiply 2 into 3. It is 6 cubic meters. Now, how do you find 4 parts? Granite 4 parts, no? Granite 4 parts. How do you find 4 parts? It's very easy. You know, for one part is 2. If it is 4 parts, you multiply by 4, 8 cubic meters. Then you can see cement, how much? No need to do this one. So I'm going to check whether it is correct. Cement, sand, granite, how much? 2 parts is there. 2 cubic meters is there. 6 cubic meters is there. 8 cubic meters is there. Then if you add all, it will be 16 cubic meters. Like that. Okay. Again, I will explain this is little bit. If you know the ratio whole, you want to find what is the total parts. If you know the total parts, you are going to equalize this value. 8 part is 16. If you know 8 part 16, parts 8, it is 60. Then 1 parts, how do you do it? Okay. If you know the 8 parts. Now, as example, 10 mango is 100 rupees. How do you find 1 mango? Then 100 divided by 10 is 10 rupees. How do you find 2 mango? It's easy, now 10 into 2. How do you find 5 mango? Then 10 into 5. Like that, this is a small concept we are going to apply in here by using parts. Now, before me, you try to do this question. Write down these questions on your book. And before I explain, you try. Pause the video and try. Then this is called the ingredients make to 3 kilogram of the cake, butter, sugar, and flour. How much? Okay, are the ingredient to make the 3 cakes of the butter, sugar, and flour, mixing in the ratio 1 to 2 to 3. So I told you before you do the questions, you write like that. It's butter and sugar and flour. So how it's happened? 1 to 2 to 3. Now you can write what is the total parts. All the time you are going to write the total parts of this one. Then how do you do that? 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6 parts. Then they are telling 6 parts is equal 3 kilograms. Total 6 parts, 3 kilograms. No? Total is 3 kilograms. That means they are including 6 parts. It's including 6 parts. The 6 part is 3 kilograms. You can find what parts how much. 6 parts equal 3 kilograms. That is total. Then you can say one part equal 3 kilogram divided by 6. 3 divided by 6. You can say it is half. That's mean half kilogram. You can say 500 gram. Easy. So usually you can write this as 3,000 grams. It's easy for you. 500 grams. Okay. Now, how do you find the butter in this cake? Then you write butter. It's easy. You don't want to do any calculation, but it's only one part. You know how much one part? The one part is 500 grams in the cake. Two. What is that? That is sugar. Sugar. Secondly, you are writing sugar. Sugar is 2 parts. You know, one part is 500 grams. The one part, if it is 500 grams, how do you find 2 parts? Multiply by 2. 1,000 gram, don't write like 1,000. Then you write 1 kilogram. That is proper way to write it. Then 3 parts is flour. So flour, 3 parts. Then how do you do that? 500 into 3. 1,500 grams. So you can write 1.5 kilogram. 1.5 kilogram. You can see if you add those things, it becomes 3 kilograms. 3 kilograms. I think it is easy. If you know this ratio, you want to find how many parts, total parts, then find one part. Then you can find any number of parts. It looks like your the day-to-day life when you are go to the boutique. So when you go to the market, it's a very easy concept. If you know 3, how much you can find 1, and then you can find 5 or 6 or any amount. Okay. Then the Nadaraj and Mohammed made profit 7,000. They are small business. Research the divide profit ratio 3 to 4. Then this is the profit you want to divide by these equal parts. Then you know total 7,000. Then Nadaraj and Mohammed 3. They are going to go with 3 to 4. It was the total part. Total part. 3 plus 4. 7 parts. That means 7 parts equal how much? It equals 7,000 rupees. You can find one part. It's easy. One part is 7,000. You are divided by 7. It becomes 1,000 rupees. You know one part is 1,000 rupees, but it is the Nadaraj. The Nadaraj part is Raja, then 3 parts. If you know the one part, you can find 3 parts. 1,000 into 3. It's 3,000. Very easy concept. And if you know what about the Muhammad? Muhammad, it's including 4 parts. 4 parts. Then how do you do that? 1,000 into 4. It's 4,000. 4,000 is the amount of the Muhammad. Okay. Now I think this is also same concept, but we are going to learn the separate concept as a separate concept. The previous time we know total value, then we divide equal the given parts, the given total value. We are going to each parts, how many parts are there like that. Now we are going to talk about calculate the total amount. We are going to find the total. If you know one part, how much? Very easy. It's not difficult. We will see the method. The ratio of the girls to boy in the class is 3 to 2. First you write girls and boys 3 to 2. Then what is the total part of this one? All the time you want to know the total parts. There's a total in the class. 3 plus 2, it's 5. Keep it itself. If the number of the girls in the 24 class is 24 girls, where is the girls? 3. Now you know 3 parts. The meaning of that one is 3 parts is how much? 24. Then you can find 1 parts again. 1 parts how much? 24 you divide by 3. How much? It's 8. 8. 1 part is 8. Now you want to find what? Total amount, no, total is 5 parts. One part is 8. Total is 5 parts, no? So you can find 5 parts. 5 parts. 5 parts. That's mean total. Total in the class. 8 multiplied by 5. 40 students in the class. So if they ask how many boys in the class, it is 2 parts. All the time you consider 3 parts is there, 2 parts is there, total is 5 parts. If you know 3 parts equal 24, you know how to find the 1 part. 3, if it is 24, 1 is how much? 8, no? How do you get it? 24 divided by 3, it's 8. So 8 plus 8 plus 8 equal 24, no? So how do you find the 1 part? You divide the 24 by 3. Then if I want number of, they don't ask this one, but I'm going to find that one because next part is we are going to talk this concept. Number of boys, how do you do that? 2 parts, no? 1 part, 8 into 2, it is 16 students, 16 students. Now you can try this one by yourself. I will explain at the class and try to go with this one. This is a previous case. Before you come to the class, you try to do this and this question. Okay. Then I will explain in the classroom. It's easy. No, don't worry about that one. This is about the sesame and the jaggery. They are going to make a sesame bowls. Sesame bowls. They are going to make the sesame bowls. Then this is the sesame and the jaggery. They are going to mix S and J with 5 to 4. Then you know total part is 9. But they're telling 90 gram of the sesame used. They used this one 500 gram. So what is this amount? This is 400. Directly you can write 400, but you want to go with the concept. You can write 5 parts equal how much? 500 grams. So how do you find the 1 part? 1 part equal 100 grams. And how do you find the amount of the jaggery? Then you know it's 4 parts. Then 1 part, you know, 100 multiplied by 4, you get 400 grams. Okay. This is the end of the session. You write all the questions on your books before you come to the class because I'm checking it. And I will give a small test for that one. I think you have to work hard in this term, then you can increase your marks. And otherwise, you want to inform about the class to your friends. And I will give the chance to other students, outside students, to come for this quiz class. The quiz class concepts I will introduce. I will charge little amount of that one. 3 months. For 3 months, a small amount I will charge. I will explain it later on before after we are going to start the quiz class. Then I think you can do this lesson properly. We will meet next week with your exercises and everything. We don't want to do the exercise. If you want to do, you can do. It's okay, no problem. We will do the exercise at the class. You have to do small, I give small tasks and you have to well prepare for the test. I will do small test. There will be a small 5 or 10 questions, between 5 or 10 questions. I will give 20 marks. Okay. Goodbye, all of you.